let me move on to just share about your project. Okay, so that okay, very quickly, yeah. So what I already fine-tuned a bit, yeah, with your project. So this is actually a 30% project, and then we want to actually using the theme of the Sustainable Development Goals, yeah, SDG theme as a theme for the project. And then the PBL project for this class integrate the philosophy of searching model from Nanaka, okay, socialization, externalization, combination, and what you call internalization, okay. These are actually our guided framework, yeah, on the searching model, okay. So your group project, so now Porai wants you to actually form, yeah, a group, not more than 7 people. Okay, 7. So Porai hope that I can get between the maximum number I want is actually 8, yeah. 8 saja. So jangan confident ya 3 orang boleh buat ya. You can do it, but you won't get a very good marks for this. Okay, and it's actually 30%. It's a final assessment. Okay, that's why I have to go into the 7 to 8 group. 6 to 7. Yeah, 7 is the maximum. So 8 group is the maximum number. Okay, so you have to build up those ya. So 8 saja Parayan akan allow ya. So yeah, 8 should be okay. 17, if I divide between 6 to 7, it's about 8 groups. So you are basically a team of consultants. So you're going to to construct a business case, okay, to solve a particular problem or issue associated with SDG initiative, okay. And then preparing business record, this project also need to be presented in the form of project exhibition that have 3 components here: pitching session, project poster, and you need to do a demo also. So the demo of a sample system. Okay, so the business case report is pretty much as what the business case is all about. So you are economic. This is probably the first one that you see the business case. But it's not that hard. What you need to do is just do a lot of research to understand what is actually the executive summary. Okay, what is actually you derive problem statement almost the same, like the economic, but in the context of the problem statement for the business, we are talking about decision making. We are not talking about your secondary data, whatever we don't care about that. So business, to decide on managing resources. So your problem statement should actually reflect it on your business case, okay? And then ensure that the team can justify why you want to deploy the knowledge management and how this actually relate to the innovation knowledge generation to benefit the stakeholders. How you're going to help this to attain. And then when you do the situational assessment and problem statement also, you need to actually be very critical about the gap. So this is actually where you need to perform a systematic diagnosis about the gaps. Okay, so these are actually the part of the critical analysis. And then project description. So this is actually where you describe how you're going to execute the project. So the best thing actually to name your project SWOT, like I showed you. So these are actually some of the examples. So you have to do a lot of independent learning to decide on what actually the component inside here. And of course, Poraya have a consultation session with you later on. So from time to time, you need to approach me so that I can guide you. This is the whole thing about the problem-based learning. So you will concentrate about whatever learning gain through the problem solving. Okay. And then describing solution. So you are actually describing the knowledge management solution and then explain how the solution will be implemented. And you also need to propose the potential for the return of investment, the ROI. Okay. How you're going to measure that. And then you put conclusion and recommendation. In other words, maybe you want to engage with the strategy. You want to actually, whatever thing that you want to pitch to your stakeholder. Okay. So these are actually the what you call this, the business case report rubric. Okay. For it's actually counted about 15%, 15%. So you need to actually comply with all this, having all the components such as, putting that in the what you call these questions. And then, you need to have this, project exhibition also, 15% that contain about these 3, pitching session, project poster, and also demo of a sample system. Okay. So you are actually allocated about 15 minutes to pitch, and then you should allow between 10 minutes, the most is actually about 10 to 15 minutes. We're going to wrap up in 30-minute session with your stakeholder. So you need to give name in 2 weeks' time. I will ask you as your CEO to provide name, your group name, and then also project. Who are your stakeholder? Okay, yang you nak invite, and what are their organization, and what are the address, what are the position, and the email. Okay, so it depends on your project. Kalau your project related to student, this is okay also. You can actually invite student to come in, yeah, as your stakeholder, but you need a justification, and Brian need to approve that first, yeah, to relate back. So you need to develop first what is actually the focus for your projects that you want to do, and then later on, then you can actually go in detail about who can become your evaluator, the stakeholder, yeah. So for me, it's not important for who they are, as long as they have a stake in that there. So this is actually the example from your super senior, one of the best project, okay, that coming from this economic group as well. So SDG 4, this is actually promote lifelong learning and nurture. This is actually that happening, yeah, in the what you call this the group, participating, okay. We have done this on the 1st February 2021, yeah, last this year, and they are actually one of the excellent group, yeah. So this team is actually Devonport, so they are producing shut out obesity via Hype mobile apps, okay. They provide all those. So we have an employer need to issue the what you call this the official letter, and then they are actually promoting in terms of SDG 3. Prior doing this for the SDG 4, yeah, but they are actually talking about the health, yeah, obesity SDG 3. So indeed, ignore about the SDG 4. This is talking about prior efforts, yeah, to report. So this is actually the sample of the what you call this this poster, the infographic poster, okay. And then this is actually where they conduct the pitching, yeah, with the Cikgu Priscilla, okay. So this is actually the project. And then I also have one more, actually a resurgent team, also very good, very excellent. Get a very good. They are having Connect and Care crowdfunding platform for poverty alleviation. So this is actually they promote on the SDG 1, okay. So this is actually their what you call infographic poster. Okay, and then the demo actually not that difficult. You can demo anything. This is the example where Poraya create, yeah, because Poraya is also the director of the talent management. We have the Unimas Leadership Center, and then one of the core activity of my center, and also I work in the center as a director, is actually to taking care of the training, yeah, or the learning activities, all those innovation activity involving part of the supporting them with resources and so on. So in this case, Prior also actually providing the sample. I mean, this is actually how we actually going through with our system. So when you actually demo, you demo something like this lah. Yeah? For example, kalau Prior nak demo to you, okay, let me just get to demo with you. Okay, what do I have for this system, so that you can actually proceed later on to think about what you can demo. Okay, let me just go and get mine here. Okay, this is actually the owner of this system. Actually, we are the owner of the system, yeah. So okay, now. So if Poraya actually, the system actually running, so this is actually how I demo to the stakeholder, people like you. So I will explain what is the purpose of this system. Yeah. So this is actually the integrated platform. We gather data information and also related to university training. For now, we're doing that for university training, but the expansion for that is profiling, so that we can manage our talent pool. So we are talking about Unimas human capital, okay, the staff, the employees, and so on. So in this case, we automate that. Yeah, before that we're using the paper base. Now it's actually the what you call, we computerize everything. And then we're still actually doing the migration. So as a staff, for example, we're going to have all these activities. Yeah, this is actually because it's not properly doing what you call this well yet. Yeah, on this part. Okay. So as a staff, we capture this, and they actually can see. So we're also converting our policy to the continuous professional development. So Proy also actually can apply online all this aspect. Okay. And then when you talk from other administrative, we also actually have reporting, yeah, the way that we're going to actually see, how much budget, what are the training report, what are the evaluation of this one. So Purai will be able to see all this, this data that we can capture properly. Okay. So this is actually how we actually demo that. So in this case, you actually can have very good, many kind of example of system that you can demo. Okay. So that's actually okay. Why is actually done that? Okay. Let me just go back here. Okay. So these are actually the examples of that. Then you need to do some research lah about what are the sample. Kita nak sample saja, bukan you buat ya, just a sample. So why the problem-based learning? This one I settle this. Okay, now a little bit about why the problem-based learning came. So this is actually the exhibition later on. So the most important thing, you just actually, get the best that you can, yeah. So like Brahim mentioned just now about the skill base, yeah, the complex problem solving actually very crucial. Okay, so you talk from the critical thinking, creativity. So this is actually what are the skill. That's why we need to propagate, yeah, the way, and also to strengthen your leadership, to strengthen your teamwork, and most importantly, what we're aiming is actually on your analytical side, on your innovation, on your critical thinking, okay, and then and of course, problem-based learning is actually centered, yeah, where you learn through the solving challenging open-ended problem. That's why the what you call a sustainable development goal are really good. Okay, so the student actually, depending on your knowledge about the problem, okay, you identify information you need to know, you go further, and then you also divide the strategy. How do you solve the problem? So the PBL actually have almost the same, yeah, like the systematic training that you learn through your your research method now doing your final year project, for example. Okay, and then just your role actually to explore the issues and then discuss with your team, brainstorming, okay, about the problem, and then you need to develop the problem statement. So based on Puraya experience, yeah, since last time, most students, yeah, they actually doing the what you call this the problem statement. They thought that it's a final year project. It's not a final year project. Yeah, that is actually your final year project. This is actually a business case. A business case meaning that your CEO asking you to propose idea. Let's say the CEO say that I have 50,000. I want you to come up with this project, okay, this program, and then you need to provide the business case. That's why dalam training manager, you need to know how to write a business case. Okay, so the problem statement is about decision, yeah, decision on how you actually can come up with a very good business case. For your to pitch to your stakeholder. Okay, but later on, if you have question, you can always consult Puraya from time to time. Yeah, and then you list all possible solution to the problem. So and then you list action to be taken with a timeline. Okay, and then list what your team needs to know. So these are just some what you call this a systematic way. Yeah. And then finally, you're going to pitch, present. So what are original problem and what the conclusion, you summarize the process. These are part of the whole process, yeah, that coming about the student problem-based learning. And then we do reflection. So there are 10% that actually dedicated for you for the reflection. Okay. So, SDG in the project. So why we choose SDG in the projects, you can actually revisit, yeah, about sustainable development goals. Okay. And then dalam 17 SDG ada 169 sub-targets. So we are actually aiming for 5 dimensions: people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership. Okay, so in this case, you should understand, yeah, the impact that the SDG going on. So if you want to produce what you call this a problem, you want to actually pursue, one of the SDG initiative to cater for the needs, yeah. For example, kalau you talking about the, let's say a student actually now interested about the green environment. So they also are interested about wastage, food wastage. So you target a stakeholder in the industry that related to that, okay? Ataupun you are talking about a very, very specific industry. For example, the last group, yeah, the last that we did for the what you call this, the problem-based learning. They are actually targeting an owner of restaurant, okay, an owner of restaurant, and how they can improve the restaurant in terms of the what you call this the products, yeah, and then also making the product actually that have the innovation in terms of packaging and so on, yeah. So they argue that they are actually putting in the SDG number 8, so it depends on how you look at it, yeah. So you can actually be free, yeah, to decide on that, but you have to discuss with me first, yeah, to make sure that you are actually in the right track. Okay. So first, what you call it, Google, watch a lot of YouTube. What are these? What kind of technology actually about, related to this one, and how knowledge management system actually can help that? Who are actually the players in Malaysia that involving in this initiative? So that's probably the first step, yeah, that you want to actually look at it. Okay. And then, and of course, in Malaysia, it's actually part of the big United Nations. Yeah, so we are promoting the SDG. So we also have the National SDG Council, chaired by the Prime Minister. So these are actually steering community committee, and they are actually being managed by the EPU. Okay, so this is actually where we have the SDG level. So Malaysia preliminary review of Malaysia SDG indicator. So where you can see where we commit. Yeah. So here is actually the green one is not the yellow one not applicable, meaning that Malaysia are not interested in this yellow. We are not interested. We are not capable, to not applicable to us. And then the red one not available. So this is actually the data that we cannot actually have that yet. Okay, while the green and also the what you call this the yellow one is partially and also available, and the green one is really partially need further development. So this is actually how we look at it, yeah, the way that we can actually providing data. For example, last time I gave to you exercise about SDG 6, where prior where we look at the function of Jabatan JPS. Okay, then I conduct the webinar and ask you and give you marks for that activity, because we are supporting on the SDG 6, through the UNESCO ICP Malaysia, and then we are contributing to this indicator. Okay, so provide data to the UN, the part of the SDG initiative. So these are actually the rest of the SDG. So you will see that those actually having a green or some what you call this data in green. These are actually sector that actually moving on. Yeah, so these are actually the part of Malaysia commit. So in the statistic department, so we have about 128. So Malaysia actually achieving about 52%. So we are actually doing on the people, prosperity, planet, peace, and partnership. So there are actually indicators that related to this one, on the overall on how we do well when we talk from the reflection of the SDG initiative. For example, poverty, number 1. Number 15, we are talking about decreasing of the forest area. So there are a lot of initiative going on here. And then one of the group last time actually choose to save orang-utan. So prior invite the stakeholder coming from the Sarawak Forestry to come with them. This is actually my MBA student. So they have a lot of this discussion, and they pitch that idea to the senior officer. And then this is actually the one, the internet, partnership number 17, and then the what you call it number 8. So you have a lot of this indicator. Okay. And then, so what are the project timelines? So now week 8. So week 8, Pariah wants you to arrange for your group now. Okay, just put the group first, then you can start to work now. And then by 31st December, Pariah are going to alert you that you need to nominate one assessor. So this is actually going to be your stakeholder that going to evaluate. And then by week 14, you need to be done with your pitching. You can do earlier pitching also fine. A report actually can be submitted on week 14. That's okay. Okay, but you can prepare the rest of it and do the pitching first. Okay, so that you can sort accordingly. You don't have to wait until the last minute. So do a lot of proper time management and get done with it. Okay, so you only have one exam, which is actually sorted next week. And then you have this one assigned project that serves as your final assessment. So probably going to ask later on to pitch on that part. So these are the examples that we've done. This one with the pitching with the SK Merapu. Okay, this one actually my MBA student. So what Pariah can do is that Pariah can create for you the Zoom, the Zoom link, and then send to you, and then you need to arrange with your external assessor. Okay, so or you want to create on your own Google Meet or ThinkPhone is also fine. It's up to you. But if you ask Pariah to create, it will be Zoom link. So you have to make sure that your assessor actually have the Zoom link platform if you want me to create for you. Okay, and remember that it's only 30 minutes, so you really have to prepare on the very, very well time management. So these are the examples of what actually doing on for this group project. Okay, so and then after that you're going to have the 10% reflection individuals, and then this is actually the way that you need to reflect on the PBL project. Submit between 3 to 4 pages. Okay, 3 pages is good enough. And then then you reflect about your teamwork, leadership, communication, thinking skill, problem solving, lifelong learning skill, and your decision making skills. And then when we say about the good reflection, is where you can analyze your learning experience. So remember, it's not just about good. Most of the reflection saying that I'm good that and good that. Reflection is about be truth about yourself. That's really the best reflection. You know, if you keep saying you good, apa yang you reflectnya kalau everything you good, you sendiri cakap you good, but other people you're actually not saying that. That's why we have another competent peer review for that. Okay, so reflection, the best is actually where you actually demonstrate your own thinking and learning, and you can analyze your learning experience, and then you describe the implication, how you're going to move forward to improve that. Okay, whatever you discover. So these are actually part of what we're doing for the what you call this a reflection. Okay, so overall, I believe that for me, I also propagate a support within my role on the SDG 4 quality education. That's why Pariah actually going very in depth into this year to offer a very good courses for you, to have all this assignment laid out for you, so that at the end of the day you're going to be someone that actually can benefit a lot from the course. And also this is actually part of your lifelong learning skills. Okay, so this is actually what Pariah actually do as part of my role to support on the SDG. All right, so do you have any questions so far? I'm going to give to you some later on, the slide to share with you. So do you have any other questions so far? So far so good with everyone? Ada soalan ke? All right. Okay, kalau tak ada soalan, just remember that next Monday, next week, kita tak akan ada kelas sebab Perai nak you prepare for your final, for your test. And then Perai akan manually put you in kalau once you actually have done your exam, I will actually create that manually to put you in. So make sure that you, and also remember that Perai going to release your exam question on 18 December, Saturday. Okay, it is actually 24 hours exam, and then you need to return the exam actually on 19 December, actually on the True Elite. Okay, 19, I think this is actually going to be Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Is it okay with everyone, on the 18 December, So this is actually your take-home exam. All right, so kalau tak ada apa-apa, okay, thank you very much, Fatin. So kalau tak ada apa, stay safe, and of course, what you call this, practice a lifestyle. So now we know that the weather is very gloomy, and you also actually talking about Omicron coming. There's a lot of things actually going on around the world, around you, that can make you feel sad. So Brian wants you to be very strong about it. I mean, we can pass through this process. The most important thing actually to keep us be productive. Productive, and also when we need to rest, we rest. Okay, that's actually when we need to play, we play hard. When you need to study, you study hard. Okay, so put you in the process of this journey, and of course supplement with your lifelong learning skill, you will do well. Okay, so that's actually Pariah things to you, and I will communicate with you again, especially about your exam, and also a few things later on through the WhatsApp. All right, okay, thank you everyone, and then stay safe. All right, okay, Pariah, see you guys virtually. So in that case, okay, stay safe, and also see you guys around, and please make sure that you prepare for your test. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you, Prof.
Stay safe.
Thank you, Prof. Bye-bye.
Pergi makan ayam ke, kucing ke, now you go.